did you see those balance changes? They were like purple, big resonate, purple star. They were like Uroboros in point match unlimited. And they were like X. Ooh, we love you, X baby. We love you, Dante. The arguably the two worst heroes in Teppen. They've been going to the gym, baby. They got some buffs. Let's talk about it. So Hookshot finally got nerfed. Finally, right? Finally. It's only gonna give flight for one attack. That means no more of this big resonate. I got a 26 beefy flyer just destroying your face. They only get to destroy your face once, okay? You gotta be much more tactical with how you use Hookshot. It might even be enough to invalidate it. So that's pretty crazy. And then they took the owl, the neck 2 or whatever, the one that spawns off the other owl. You're only slowing units for 13 seconds, so the stall is much less. You're not gonna slow them down forever while he's on the field like before. And the resonate that gives a plus attack to your units is only gonna last one attack, just like Hookshot. So you're not gonna be able to stack up these huge attacks on your owls, and then it's going to be much harder to close out the game if you haven't dealt any damage to your opponent and you've just been stalling, because everyone loves stall decks, am I right? We love stall decks. So fun. Anyway, really a big fan of these purple changes. I think that they directly address some of the arguably most unfun archetypes in the game. Some people love playing that stall. I played a little stall purple and it felt good. Oh, it kind of felt good, but it was also kind of boring to play for me. And I knew my opponent they were not having fun. So I think it's good that they're directly addressing this type of deck with its main win con and with Hookshot, enabling a lot of sort of big resonate style strategies. They're unfun to play against, and people are going to quit if the game is too unfun, if there's a lot of unfun decks going around. So good job, Teppen. It's also currently meta relevant, which is a little bit of a surprise, which usually doesn't happen. Usually they're a little bit behind, you know what I'm saying? So also the other card that got nerfed was Tyrant. This card has been a menace, absolute menace in Uroboros for a long time. And when it dies, you dies and you get a Tyrant. And then what happens is the other one's in the graveyard, so you could revive that one, and that one dies, you get a Tyrant. And you got all these units just stacking up. So what would happen was people would be like, all right, Tyrant, kill it, revive it, kill it, and then, or whatever, and then, or you just do that, and then you living death, and then you've got a whole field, they've got nothing because it's so early in the game, and then you win. So fun. So they're taking that out by changing it. So instead of death, you place a unit, its death turns into. So when he dies, you're not getting a new unit, you're not getting an extra unit in the graveyard, and you won't be able to get him back originally. So it is definitely a good change. It's gonna tone down the shenanigans in point match for Uroboros, which is always a good thing, especially if they're gonna add in some crazy stuff upcoming for Uroboros. They do not want it to get out of hand, and it kind of falls in the theme of not making things unfun and super degenerate where your opponent can't do anything. So approve. And next we have three hero art buffs. Crazy, right? First one, I think pretty exciting, maybe not super great. I don't know right now, is the Heart Tank buff. I like it because it's thematic too. We got a slight AP reduction, always helps. We always enjoy that. And the added benefit of gaining plus 4 HP to your hero. So it's 7 HP to your unit, 4 HP to your hero. This means you could start using it in with life gain type decks. You could make a kind of maybe a more stalling type green deck. Wait, I thought we were trying to get rid of stalling. Teppen, what's going on? Anyway, you could use it in that aspect. That extra 4 life is really big. If we want to get a little bit technical in it and convert it into some MP for 4 life, I mean, you got like the action card that pay 2 and you get 6 life, so it's kind of close, maybe 3-ish MP worth of value there, or 3, just about 2 MP worth of value there. You could also calculate it into terms of time during the battle. If your opponent's got a 2 attack unit and it goes bah, and then it goes bah, that's about 6 MP worth of time that you're saving by gaining 4 HP. So this could be big. It's subtle, but it could be big. I'm excited to see the X fanatics like TTG's Ruiz and the many other out there see how the X buff comes into play and how they can work it in and really see how far they can take it. So I'm excited about that. The next one, maybe a little bit less exciting than X getting buffed, is Shadowblade buff. And this one is a nice one. It's, again, a small but really nice and really appreciated change. The 2 to 4, sorry, 2 to 4, I just looked at it and I messed it up again. It's going from 4 to 6 on flight to a 5 damage normal, 7 on the flight. This is huge for Shadowblade's viability. Oh, you also get 1 more life. You also get 1 more life in there. Gains 3 life. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. But this is huge for its viability because you guys know how prevalent the 2, 5, 3 MP, 3 cost, 3 Mirage Particle units are in this game, okay? And now that Shadowblade is able to do 5 damage, you can wipe those off the board immediately. That adds so much like versatility to this, because before you had to hit it with something, so we go down to like 3 or 4 HP and then you could Shadowblade it. But having the 5 is so good. Now you could argue it is a slight shadow nerf because of cards that steal opponents' units based on their low HP, and now you're just going to outright kill them. You could argue that, but I think overall it's going to be a huge benefit. You see something like a 2 Fox, bam, it's gone now. You see something like a, thinking of Gate in point match that would growth up. You could be like, bang, it's gone before it gets, its buffs. And then against Flyers, you can hit 7 damage, which is going to immediately take care of some really pesky Flyers, like in point match Kushala, in standard. I'm trying to talk about premium. That's the wrong game. It's the wrong game during it. Anyway, I'm rambling. But Fairies 1/7 in, that's gone. Ba ba ba. Owls 2/8. That's 6 damage to the owl. That's basically a whole owl all by itself. So it's big time usability improvements for Shadowblade. Even though it doesn't seem that much, but when you dive in there, yeah, it's big. And the final one, the one that I'm most excited about, huge love for all the Dante fans out there. I'm ticked off. He's not ticked off today, okay? Because he got some major buffs for his Quicksilver hero art. It's like basically totally changing. It's gonna still have the slow, it's gonna still have the can't counter, but it's only gonna last 13 seconds. And you're like, that's not a buff, but it's also gonna give that unit -3 attack, and that is huge, because if you put the right timing on this, you could get 2 attacks in, I believe, before it attacks back. That's 9 less attack worth of attack happening. Also, the attack down synergizes so well with all these purple things that rely on low attack units. I just thought of that right now, so a low attack based deck is going to be huge. I think it's going to be able to enable potentially new archetypes to come out. It's also going to be a fantastic alternative to something like Spike Dive Bomb for getting value in things like Purple Black Faith, which are so popular right now. So this is huge. Oh, right, and I didn't even mention it costs 6 AP less. It's 12 AP. It's so cheap. That's like it's one of the cheapest hero arts in the game now, and so you can just You're going to be locking down your opponent's field for 13 seconds, or locking down one of their units for 13 seconds. You're going to be reducing that attack to make it easier to get it off the field, make it easier to trade with. This is huge. Dante is huge. you guys gotta be looking out for Dante in this next month, because he's gonna make some splashes, and there's a lot of ways that this new Quicksilver could be used. So I'm really excited. I'm really happy for all the Dante fans. I'm a little bit happy for all the X fans. I think they probably could have used more after seeing Dante, but I'm excited to see what they'll do. I'm excited that they are going to knock stall decks down a peg, and I hope you are too. Let me know what you guys think about these balance changes down in the comments. I'm so excited. I want to hear your all thoughts too. What do you agree with me about? What do you disagree with me about? Is there some little secret tech that I missed that you guys got? I gotta know. So let me know. And as we always do on the channel, keep on learning, having some fun with me, playing some teppen, and I'll see you around. Peace.